what's up? My name is Josh, and I'm the worship pastor here at New Hope. And I'm here today with lead pastor Jeff, and we're going to be talking about our upcoming Christmas series, Come As You Are. So, Jeff, why don't you just tell us a little bit about what the intention behind Come As You Are is?
Yeah, I'm really excited about this series. We've been working on it for a while. Josh and I have, some of our elders have as well. And I think the basic idea of it is that everybody feels like there are times in your life where you don't fit in somewhere, right? We've all got those places you walk in and you feel uncomfortable. And unfortunately, for a lot of people, that place is church, right? You're not sure what the rules are. You're not sure if you're supposed to come, or maybe you've just been, having a bad day, having a bad week, and you feel awkward walking in, like everybody's going to know your business. And it's kind of weird because you see throughout the Gospels, Jesus meets a lot of people like on their worst day, on the day where they probably would feel most uncomfortable walking into a church. And he just welcomes all of them. And so we decided that we were going to take a look at a bunch of these people that Jesus meets on like their worst day ever. And he just looks at them and says, "Come as you are." So as we were kind of talking about it, playing around with it a little bit, we thought, you know what? Even if you feel so strange wandering in, even if you feel like you're a Yeti, right? This big old Sasquatch looking thing, and like the church is society, hey, come as you are, even if you feel like a Yeti walking in. Jesus accepted all of us on our worst day, and he's going to accept everybody on their worst day.
Well, that sounds fantastic, like really cool. But what can people who have been attending the church and also people who haven't been attending the church and are new, what can they expect to get from this series?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. I think this series is a time where we really get to see, man, how does Jesus interact with people that don't feel like they fit in? They don't feel like they belong. So maybe for some of us who have been at church for a long time and are kind of used to this, well, we know those people that we want to invite to church, but we think they might feel a little awkward, a little left out, a little bit like, well, they're a Yeti wandering in, right? So maybe for the people who are kind of regular attenders, the idea is, man, this is a great series to invite your friends and family, and especially those who don't come to church. And for those of you that don't come to church often, I think this is a time where you get to get introduced to a God who loves you right where you are, who looks at you and says, there's not a whole lot of extra expectations. You don't have to dress a certain way or look a certain way or talk a certain way. No, you just get to come as you are.
That all sounds really great. And I am curious about what can people expect for the Christmas Eve services?
Oh man, our Christmas Eve services, they're going to be a blast. We've got a bunch of good stuff planned. We're having two of them. I know there's a lot of people that are going to be kind of traveling over the holidays there. So we'll have the same Christmas Eve service twice. So, I mean, you can come to both, but they'll be identical. One on the 22nd. And then another one on Christmas Eve on the 24th there. Both of those will be at 7 o'clock. We'll have like kind of all of the kind of regular school-aged kids that'll join us, and then a place for your little ones that are normally in a nursery. If you want to bring them and drop them off, more than welcome to keep them with you as well if you want to. But we'll have our nursery open, and it'll be a really good time. We're gonna have some fun with it. All right. Well, thanks for asking me a whole bunch of questions, but honestly, like it's your turn now. I got a few for you, right? Heading into the series, not just for the regular Sundays, but for our Christmas Eve services as well. Like, what's the worship atmosphere going to be like? What's the music going to be like? What are we going to be doing, man?
Yeah, man. Well, I'm super excited because we're going to have Christmas songs, and it's going to be Christmas songs beginning to trickle in December, and it's going to build and it's going to build and it's going to build all the way up to the Christmas Eve services, where it's just going to be all Christmas songs that talk about the birth of Jesus, just celebrating, worshiping the birth of our Savior. And it's going to be electric guitars, it's going to be drums, it's going to be lots of vocals. It's going to be just this big celebratory production of worshiping Jesus. And I'm super excited about it. I know the team is super excited about it, and we're super excited to worship with everybody. So we talked about all the stuff that's going to be happening leading up to the Christmas Eve services, but what can people expect on Christmas Day and the Christmas weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Christmas Day's on a Sunday, right? So I think generally speaking, we'd have church on a Sunday, but this year we're doing things a little bit differently. Our board decided that they cared about us as staff. Woo! Fantastic, but also all of our volunteers as well. We just didn't feel right having all of them turn out on Christmas Day, and especially those that have to get there really early to set things up. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to be recording a really awesome kind of Christmas service. We're going to make it shorter, maybe even kind of like a devotional style. And we're going to air that at the same time that we would normally have our service. So 9:30 there, Christmas morning, it'll go live. You certainly don't have to watch it live, but you can if you want to. And it'll just be a great way maybe to spend a little bit more time on Christmas. Not getting so lost in the mess to opening presents and all those sorts of things, but spending time worshiping, spending a little bit of time remembering, hey, what is this holiday really about? So I think it's going to be a really great time. So you can join us on Facebook for that one, either live at 9:30 or anytime after that on Christmas Day.